Hello, everyone, and welcome to ThePrint. We have a very special guest with us today. Pradyot Deb Barma is many things: scion of the royal family of Tripura, musician, and aspiring mimicry artist, a decent footballer, I'm told. But none of those is why he is here today. His party, the TIPRA Indigenous Progressive Regional Alliance, more commonly known as the TIPRA Motha, is fighting its maiden assembly elections in Tripura, and he is already the most sought-after politician in the state. Welcome, Mr. Deb Barma. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
So with that introduction, I think I'll have to start off with the obvious question. Why aren't you contesting?
I'm not contesting because it was never about me. It was always about the issue. And I am very aware that you will have leaders like the Prime Minister, Amit Shah, Nadda ji, Smriti Irani, Mamata Banerjee, big leaders from the Congress coming and campaigning. And for our party, I know that I'll be in every constituency campaigning for them. And I don't want to be bogged down in one constituency where they will encircle us, and then I will be leaving my other parties without campaigning for them. So my idea was that I should be there with the people, with my leaders, and campaign across the state, and not be bogged down to one constituency. Second thing, and more importantly than the first, is that I was interested in politics. I'm here to lead a movement. We are more of a movement than a political party. And as a leader of the movement, you should be able to sacrifice your own seat for the larger picture. And the larger is a constitutional solution for our people.
Before I start asking you about the future, let me ask a little bit about the recent past. Take us through your negotiations with the BJP. How much of your core demands were they willing to concede?
No, I didn't have any negotiation with BJP because the government of India is run by the BJP party right now. So I said that if you have to talk to us, this has to be through the Ministry of Home Affairs and not through individual leaders, because with the Congress party, we can negotiate with Mallikarjun Kharge ji. With the communists, we can talk to Sitaram Yechury because they're in the opposition. They can raise these voices in the parliament. But with the BJP, since they are in power, it cannot be with a party president. It has to be from the Ministry of Home Affairs. So I spoke to Hemanta Biswa Sarma. He listened to my point of view. And then he obviously put it forward to the higher-ups. We were invited by the Ministry of Home Affairs. And we clearly said that until we are not given a constitutional solution for our demand in writing, we will not get into any negotiations or alliance with any political party.
What were they willing to concede? What was their reply to this?
They gave us a draft, which seems okay, but unless it's not written, we cannot go back and tell our people that we are getting this, because until we don't get it in writing, nobody will believe it. And we may not, Abantika, we all die one day. I have a lovely palace, I have some money. I cannot take this and go up when I die. But at least what I can take up is good name. I cannot betray my people. In my heart, it just could not, it didn't feel right. And I know politicians are not supposed to think from their heart. But as you said, I'm a wannabe mimicry artist, a musician, sportsman. I think all these elements also play into your personality. My heart did not agree. We've been betrayed. IPFT was let down in the past by a similar agreement. So we said that no, until it's not in writing, unless it's not made public, more importantly, I cannot go ahead and make any amends.
What happened between IPFT and you?
Nothing. I think IPFT, I knew were talking to BJP. So before they made it clear, I made sure that they were exposed. And I wish them all the best. It's very sad end to a good party, many good leaders, but very unfortunate. I feel bad for them that they have given up their demand for which they became the party that they were. It's like BJP giving up Ram Mandir, or it's like them giving up triple talaq or Article 370. they would be nowhere. IPFT has done the same thing. They've left the core ideology. And you saw the ADC result, and now I don't see them even getting the deposit in the elections.
Some of your allies, could have been allies, have been privately saying that your demands are not realistic. What would you say to that?
The same people used to say that Ram Mandir is not realistic 30 years ago. It became realistic. The same people said that triple talaq could, or Article 370 could never be done away with. It happened. So the fact is that this is our core demand. They may say it is unrealistic. There was a time when the Hill State movement in Meghalaya, the people of Assam said it is unrealistic. When a few students from Assam had an agitation, ASU agitation, the whole of India said it's unrealistic. Today, the Assam agitation and Assam Accord was implemented. So what is unrealistic for today may become a reality for tomorrow, as long as you remain convicted to your and convinced that there is conviction to your thought process. And whatever we are asking, Abantika, is not outside the purview of the Indian Constitution. We are asking for a solution. Is solution not realistic? Talking to Hurriyat, which is secessionist, is realistic. Talking to NSCN, which wants a sovereign Nagaland, is realistic. Talking to Alpha is realistic. But talking to a democratically elected party, which is asking for a constitutional solution within the framework of the Indian Constitution, is unrealistic. How ironical is that?
2/3 of your state is non-tribal. What's your message for them?
I love them. They are part of our culture, and I have no problem with any community.
Why would they vote for you?
Why will they not vote for me? No, I'm asking you that, Abantika. Why will they not vote for me? Am I an evil person?
No. What I meant was,
have I said anything against the Bengali community? I have many friends who are Bengalis. I grew up in Calcutta. I love the culture of Bengal. We have had a great relationship with Kavi Guru Rabindranath Tagore, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Jagdish Chandra Bose. We are fielding Bengali candidates. No other regional party has ever given tickets to Bengalis in the history of Tripura. Yet they have voted for those parties in alliance with BJP or Congress. But today, when we are fielding people from all communities, then why will they not vote for us?
Right.
And if they don't, that means that you only listen to instructions from Delhi.
Since you mentioned Tagore, I'm tempted to mention this. I was reading up about your hotel, and one of the suites actually has, it says that Tagore came and stayed there in Shillong.
No, he stayed in Agartala for 8 years with us. The first recognition given to Kavi Guru was by my grandfather in India. He got the Nobel Peace Prize, but in India, he was never acknowledged till my grandfather, a few days before passing away, went to Shanti Niketan and awarded him the Bharat Bhaskar. So we have, and Jagdish Chandra Bose again, we financed, our family finances education abroad, and he was very thoughtful. A few days ago, I came out with a release of letters sent by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose through his brother, Raj Bihari Bose, to my grandfather in Calcutta during the war. I have such great Bengali friends. This entire propaganda, there is a propaganda which works across political lines, whether it is calling Rahul Gandhi Pappu or calling me communal. The only fact is that my history itself speaks about, the list of candidates itself speaks about the inclusive nature of who we are as a party and me as an individual.
Now that you've decided to go alone, who is your primary adversary in the state? Congress left or the BJP?
No, Congress can never be my adversary. It's a party that I always have a soft corner for Rahul and Priyanka. The left has always taken us on, but I've seen them soften their stance. So left is not an adversary. And regarding BJP, I know that there are many leaders in Delhi which actually want to help the tribal people of Tripura. Only thing is that they're scared of the local BJP in Tripura from going against their point of view. So I don't see anyone as an adversary. We are all Indians. We all love each other. It's just poll gimmick and poll election positioning. But I do feel that my main contest in many seats, most of the seats, will be against the Communist Party. The BJP is nowhere in the picture in the tribal areas. And the Congress is unfortunately in a very bad position in the tribal areas. And in the general areas, it may be with the BJP and a bit with the Congress and a bit in a few seats with the BJP as well.
Since you're saying that your main contender in many seats would be the left, doesn't it also mean that your going alone would actually benefit the BJP?
No. If you see what happened in the ADC election, the left was completely vanquished by us, and the vote did not transfer to BJP, or vice versa. The BJP, which lost the elections badly, their votes didn't transfer to left as well. It's a very different position. The tribals vote en bloc, and regarding the general areas, my tenure as a Congress president was where, for the first time in 30 years, we actually got more votes than the left in the Lok Sabha election. So the performance speaks for itself. And I didn't leave the Congress. I was literally thrown out. I resigned because I didn't get any space in the party. But I still have very good relationship with all my old party workers and friends.
Well, tell me, I was keeping this question for the last, but since you mentioned that you're leaving the Congress, your political rise after you left the Congress has, and many would say it's been meteoric. You've just become a different politician, so to say. What changed?
I think I was a politician for 17 years because I went through the rule book of what it needs to be a politician. When I left the Congress, I was a sitting president. People generally get thrown out. I mean, people generally get, they resign after they lose the post of the president. I resigned as a sitting president because I felt suffocated. I felt all those people who complain about me today are in BJP, by the way. And the general secretary who took action against me is from Goa, is in Trinamool. So that shows about the Congress's judgment on the leaders, because the
Rajya
only
Sabha
person... Rajya Sabha MP. Actually, if you see, I'm the real Congress. I have not gone with the BJP and I have not gone with CPM. So actually, the real Congress is still me in many ways. But on a serious note, when I resigned from the Congress, I took a sabbatical, and I realized that one should not become a politician. One should become a social reformer. I don't need money, Abantika. I don't need to make money by lying to my people. I want to do something where after I'm not well, I need to go for my treatment. And I don't know how long I have left with me. But I want to be remembered as a person who genuinely did something for the people. I think that's what should be my legacy. And I believe that if you remain honest enough, you can change the system. If not from inside, then definitely from outside. So I think I've changed. And there's no harm in saying that you've changed and you've become more giving than selfish. I think that's the change.
You've announced candidates for 30 seats. So even if
43.
Okay. So
the last list came out when we did that time.
Okay, right. So you've announced candidates for 43 seats. Now, even if you win, say, 30 seats, but you will still need another political party even to sort of get your demands. So are you then open to a post-poll alliance with either side?
See, we are 0 right now, right? If we get 30, let the other parties come and talk to us for that extra 1 seat. Let them agree to a demand. Otherwise, I'm making it very clear, and for the first time in national media through ThePrint, that even if we get a good number of MLAs, but which is not enough to form the government, we would rather sit in the opposition than actually form a government and dilute a demand. And we will not sit in ministry of any government till our demand is not met for a constitutional solution. So that means, let's assume a hypothetical scenario where TIPRA Motha is 25 and 6 short of majority, and the CPM Congress are 18 and BJP is 20 or whatever. We would rather have CPM and Congress form the government than me with 25 seats form the government. And if they support the demand, we will sit outside the government and support the government. And only after they make it a realistic constitutional solution, then we will sit in the ministry. Otherwise, none of us will sit as ministers in any cabinet of any government which is formed.
Till some months ago, you had frequent meetings with Mamata Banerjee.
No, I've never met Mamata ji. I met her nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, which was last year. And I clearly told him that till my demand is not met, I cannot make any alliance with them. I have a lot of respect for Mamata ji, a lot of respect. I've seen how she was beaten up and humiliated, and then she fought back on her own. A lot of respect for her. But I cannot compromise my personal respect for the future of my people.
What's your take on the Trinamool Congress's prospects in the state? They're fielded candidates.
They will struggle. They will struggle very badly. They will do better in Meghalaya. They have a better chance in Meghalaya. In Tripura, they've really struggled.
Right. So a little crystal ball gazing. Sitting here today, what do you think the outcome of the election will be?
It will be very interesting. I don't want to sound pompous, but we are hopeful of doing very well ourselves. And I think the support that we have garnered is organic. And the other parties are depending on the power of administration, money, might, and big leaders from Delhi. We are a 100% local party. And I think this time, I think the people will. Tripura has had a history of giving a clear mandate. This time, I think the tribals will give a clear mandate. The Muslims will give a clear mandate. Now it's up to the other communities to make up their mind. Do they want another 5 years of misrule, or a party which actually tells Delhi what Tripura needs, rather than Delhi telling Tripura what it wants?
Right. So that brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you so much for speaking to us. All the best to your party for the elections. And
Thank you so much. And all I want to tell you is, I know that we do not have the money of the Godi media, but I do follow print regularly. I'm a big fan of the print. And I just want, and it's a genuine, and I'm not saying it to patronize you. I look up to Shekharji. I remember his days in Shillong when he used to work as a simple journalist in the 80s. And I want to say one thing, it's very refreshing to see medias like the print actually reaching out to small regional parties where, there's a perception that in the Northeast, whoever's in the center, we tend to go with them. But at least you have spoken to us, and at least I want to assure my friends in the rest of the country that not every politician is purchasable, and there are parties in the Northeast which are actually fighting against the might and the financial power of those at the center. And we are determined to bring a constitutional solution. We are not against any community. We want an inclusive society, but we want to protect our rights.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much to our viewers for watching. Thank you.